Because I do want to put this up. Hi, YouTube! So, per popular request, popular demand, and repeated request, we are going to be building a deck. So this is just my method of how I build a deck. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. I don't know if this is how y'all do it. I just want to show you what I do. So, step one, have a template. When I say a template, these are just things that are possibly going to go in every single deck I build. You might have noticed if you've been watching the stream for a while, there are some running themes. I usually play with Switch, Escape Rope, Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, Pokegear, Arven, Professor's Research, and Boss's Orders. Those cards are pretty universally awesome, and you're going to want them in most decks. Now, not every deck, so sometimes you'll change this, but anyways. So make your template, and then all you ever have to do is hit duplicate. And now we get to build something. So, before I forget again, let's go ahead and change the coin to the Charizard coin. And I think we have the right sleeves and everything. Yes, okay. The deck I wanted to build is, I've been trying to figure out something with Ambipom. So, the Ambipom can be built a lot of ways. Let's take a look at that card together. Oh, whoops, I am in trainers right now. So, flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. It does 60 damage for each head. So you can either try and attach a bunch of energies on with things like Cherim, Eldegoss, things like that, or you can try and double energy, or you can just play it organically. So what I want to do with this is I actually want to take a couple of these, and I want to put this in a Chi-Yu Charizard deck. Now, are we going to be playing the new good Charizard? Yes. Is that going to be the only Charizard? No. So let's do this first here. So Chi-Yu says, choose up to 3 of your bench Pokemon, and for each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a basic fire energy and attach it to that Pokemon. So if we get a Chi-Yu out there, we can actually power up and start cheating energy on to the Ambipom. Welcome back, Kano. I only have one of the really pretty Chi-Yus. It's unfortunate. We are going to be playing with 4 of these, because we really, really, really want to start with the Chi-Yu. Let's see here, we need to get some Aipoms. How do you spell it? AIP. Aipom. Alright, which one is better? Now, the way I'm imagining this deck, we're not going to be putting one of these out front to attack first. That's, like, worst case scenario, so we're not really worried about the attacks here. That being said, let's take a look at it. You can either shuffle the opponent's deck, or you can flip a coin and prevent all damage, so probably this one. We're building a deck, Kano. There was a lot of requests, so I decided let's just do it. So we're going to put 3 of these in there. Let's put 3 of those. And then the last thing is Charmanders. Which Charmander you build is kind of up to you. I don't think this one's better. I think this one's probably better. But this one's got a better full art. How much is the full art? Oh, we got plenty of credits. Alright, let's put a few of these in there. These are literally both the same, I think, so it doesn't matter. Difference here. They are actually the same. I think that's a bug. Exactly, we're making an Ambipom deck. I always like to have 10 basics as just kind of like a good baseline. The way the math works out is you're very likely to have... I don't remember the exact percentages, but if you play with 10 basics, you're probably not going to mulligan too many times. If at all. So right now we have 6 basics, 10 basics. So maybe that's it. Let's put at least 1 Charmeleon in the deck. Any of them have cool alt arts? They don't. That is a miss, but big ol' miss. But let's put 1 Charmeleon in there. Now Charizards. So maybe Kano. So Charizard. Let's talk Charizard. This is the good Charizard. This is the good one. This even lets us play energy. However, if our strategy is to play an Aipom deck, this is not the best Charizard. If our strategy is to flip as many coins as possible, this is the best Charizard. But we can play with both of them. And I think that's ultimately what we're going to want to do here. Let's put 2 of each in our deck and see how that feels. And we get to pick... put 1 of that one and 1 gold one in the deck. Okay. Pokemon are covered. That's it. That's the Pokemon covered. Now, when you're making a deck, think of it like you're sitting in a workshop, right? Like a woodworking shop. And You're putting all these pieces of wood together, duct taping it where you can, and you want to see if it rolls. Just push it. Don't worry too much about smoothing it out and making sure everything's perfect. Just see if it does what you want it to do. And that's so we're not going to worry too much. This is a rough draft. I don't know how many of y'all have taken writing classes. Rough draft is important. Let's get our energy figured out. That's an easy slam dunk. We know we're just going to be doing fire energy. We probably want 14 to 16. We'll figure the exact numbers out later, so let's put 15 for now. That does leave us with 60 out of 60, so we're going to need to make some cuts and need to make some additions here. Don't need a super rod. We don't need 4 and 2 on that, so we can go down to 3 switches and 1 escape rope. I like to have 4 switching effects in my decks. It's a personal preference and it's up to the deck, but me, 4 is a good number. Now, items. Let's check. Full face cards, easiest one to check. Most of the things that we're going to be playing with that we want to have out front have an ability, so full face guard is cut. We don't need 4 Pokegears. We really never need 4 Pokegears, so let's go down to 3. EXP share is actually pretty solid with Aipom. That being said, I'm not sure. And Choice Belt, I have been falling out of favor with Choice Belt, like, more and more each day, just because Vs are not what they used to be, so let's cut that. All right. The big question we have yet to ask ourselves, how are we going to deal with stadiums? Always ask yourself that. And it's like a little bullet point, right? Number 1, does this deck have a stadium that it needs to play that is crucial to the deck? Not really. We could play Magma Basin, but the deck doesn't need that, because Magma Basin won't actually help with Aipom, or Ambipom, because if you read it, the card, it is always going to be helpful to do that. Attach it to a benched fire Pokemon. This does not help with Ambipom. We could try to do like an Armor Rogue or something and shuffle our energies that way, but you're adding a lot of pieces and a lot of gears to the deck that don't need to be there. They're just going to make it harder. Again, we want to keep to our simple strategy and see how good it feels. So, back to the question, is Magma Basin necessary for this deck? No. No stadium is required for this deck to work. Although, Mesagoza Artisan, those would be solid. Second question, if you don't need it, can the deck play Path to the Peak without shafting itself? Yes. Yes, we can. Because we don't need this Charizard. If we needed the Charizard, we wouldn't be able to play Path to the Peak. I think we're actually probably gonna play Path to the Peak just because it's gonna be nice to stuff the opponent. And again, we don't really need that. If we have it out and we can't use this Charizard, we'll use this other Charizard and double our coins that way. So let's do that. Let's add some Path to the Peak. And again, we might not like it. This is a first draft. And the last thing, because this covers pretty much everything we need except for rare candies, we do have to put some rare candies in here. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, do we want to be flipping coins? Ambipom's gonna flip coins, so Blunder Policy is kind of tempting, but Ambipom isn't really supposed to be out there for a long time. It's supposed to be a big cannon, right? Like our charge, we're gonna fire the laser thing and flip a bunch of coins. So I don't think we actually want to put Blunder Policies in here. I think we're just gonna go ahead and put... Let's go down to 2 Pokegears and put in 3 rare candies. Call that a first attempt. Alright, we got everything we need in there, and it's 60 cards. We're going to shove it and see if it rolls. And the way you do that is you hit these little 3 buttons here, and you go to Test Deck. This is going to be tested against the AI. I have tested a lot of decks against the AI, so I will kind of tell you what we're looking for, what we're not. The AI is not a very good opponent, and it plays cards that are not standard legal. So don't be looking at this as like, this will be the perfect chance to tell how my deck is really going to work. It's not. We're just checking to see if it rolls, right? Again, is it doing what we want it to do? Is it doing it quickly? Is it doing it efficiently? How does it deal with the backup plans? Things like that. So let's just check if the ball rolls here. Okay. Off to a pretty solid start. We have the Chi-Yu that we want. And we do have a Battle VIP Pass. Now, we actually want to be going first because we want Chi-Yu to be using its second move on our first attack. It's unfortunate. The AI is always going to choose to go first if it wins a coin flip. And we are testing a deck here, so we don't really want extra cards because we want to see how the deck works. Okay, this is one of the few AI decks that will actually kill you if you're not careful, because the AI is just going to put energy on things, and if it has enough to attack, it will attack, and occasionally it's going to attack. So, it might actually kill us. And you can watch the AI make the stupidest decisions you can ever imagine. Poke fixed income, pretty much, right? Okay, so Path to the Peak does not stop anything that they're doing. And it does possibly stop us, so I'm actually not going to play it out. Let's see here. We're going to do this. Grab the 2 Charmanders. I think we grab 2 Charmanders here. The reason being that we want one of each Charizard. It sucks that we're going to be ditching this Ambipom, but I think we're going to Professor's Research. We really need to hit our energy drops here. Really need to hit our energy drops here. But don't worry, we didn't. Anyways. Yay. Okay. Our turn. It does, that's a good point, Tatas. It does stop them if they have Greninja. I should have considered that. Those are not magic shoes. Yeah, it always takes whatever card it is, no matter what. Take actions, and I take actions, and I use actions to put actions and put the energies on the wrong card. Action! But the AI works. Okay. EXP share doesn't really help us when we have whiffed on energy as hard as we have. Okay, so what we're going to do here is this is why that other Charizard's in the deck. We're actually going to ditch... probably keep that EXP share, so we're just going to ditch these 2 things. We're going to go grab the big Super Mega Charizard, the big scary one. Because this is going to let us get some energies out that we need. EXP share on the Ambipom. Or Aipom. Going to Rare Candy one of these Charizards. Again, the one that gets us the energy. Alright, and we're going to put 2 energy on Chi-Yu. And 1 energy on Aipom. Against a real opponent at this point, and this is kind of one of my concerns when I'm building this deck that I would be looking for, is this just a worse Charizard deck? Because against a real opponent, the actual proper strategy here would be to put this energy on the Charizard. Because what we would be wanting to do here... I guess we should go ahead and Arven here for the Ultra Ball. So we have it in case we draw another supporter that we want to play next turn. Anyways, where I was going with that, the reason that I would actually want to build up the Charizard against a real opponent is because the real opponent would be they would be looking at this, right? They would be... Hang on. The AI doesn't have a clock, so I can actually stop and explain things as I'm doing this. But against a real opponent, we would let them kill Chi-Yu, and then we would put Charizard out front, because they want to deal with this Charizard before they take too many prize cards. Because it's that we've fought, this thing is a monster to deal with. And if they're dealing with this, we get to be building up the Aipom as kind of our backup plan. And if they realize that that's what we're doing, and they go, well, I'm going to take out the Aipom instead, that gives them another prize card, which makes Charizard even more dangerous. So this might actually be a pretty solid deck. I'm seeing a lot of synergy here, and a lot's going in the same direction that we're wanting to see. We haven't got to have, you have to test it a couple of times. You can't just have one good test and be like, aha, I knew it! Like, every deck has a best draw, and every deck has a worst draw, right? Okay, so... we're not dead yet. This game is pretty much over at this point. Okay, so we're going to do this, and we're actually going to ditch this Charizard and the Switch. We don't need another one of these. Let's go grab our Charmeleon, and that's why we play with the Charmeleon and Rare Candies, because this way we can do this and do it next turn if we want. Start to Flame Surge here. That. Okay. Chi-Yu, I forgot how much I love this card, y'all. It has the added benefit of it is just going to sit there and draw our deck out of energy. So every draw we have is going to not be an energy card. You know what this deck might actually be good with? And as you're playing it, be thinking about things like this, right? As you're testing a deck out. We might want Poppy in this deck. Because Poppy gives us a chance to build up something else. Because Chi-Yu has to put one energy on each of 3 things. And Poppy would make up for that by saying, okay, well, I'm going to take 2 and put it on this other thing instead. So, I could see that. Now, against the opponents, when you're testing a computer or a deck against a computer, it is important to sit there and realize you actually have to beat the clock here, because they will just deck themselves. They will take every action till their deck runs out of cards, without question, every single time. So if you can't beat them before they deck themselves, that's another sign that your deck's a little slow. Okay, they're just gonna give it to us. They're just gonna give it to us here. Because we don't have an Ambipom yet, we're just gonna go ahead and do the backup strat, which is big old Charizard. And see, in like a regular game, this would actually be a situation that we could, in theory, find ourselves in, and it's not a bad spot. Now, they would be putting energy on the Mewtwo instead of the Lunatones, and they would be using the Sun energy to power the Lunatone. Like, a player's gonna make different choices, but we have to kind of test our deck anyways, right? We're gonna go in here knowing that and try something different. At any point here, we can decide, okay, we've seen enough. The game, because this game's over, right? They're about to deck themselves, and they're not going to retreat or anything like that. But I want to play it out a little bit more. See if we can rip an Ambipom. We can't. Now that might be something to consider here. We're going to do this, even though we wouldn't normally do this, just to see if we get an Ultra Ball. Hey, look, it's 2 Ambipoms. There they are. All right, I've seen enough. I'm satisfied. You win, computer. I'm going to mute myself so I can blow my nose real quick. 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. It's hard to tell if it's a white hair or a booger at this point in my life, chat. All right, so things we wanted to check. Okay, there's 3 and 3. The patch at the peak would have been fine. That was pretty clean. Was there anything that I said that was like, okay, this is problematic, we need to think about this? Not really. And that was a start without a VIP pass, too. Because we want to go first, Arven's too good. There's an argument for going up to 4 VIP passes, but I don't know what we would cut. I guess we could probably cut these Pokegears, in all honesty. The reason being, we only have, what, 7 hits, right? Welcome back, Icy. We only have 7 hits, so the Pokegears are less likely to be good than they would otherwise be. So let's try it with the 4 VIP passes. Again, matters the most if we go first. And we don't really need to have like a whole bench starting out, so maybe that's too much. Maybe we should cut it for something else. But let's see. That's fair. That's fair. Welcome back, Icy. Sorry you forgot your shaver, your blade, and your cream. At least you didn't try to shave dry. Yes, you can, Batchet Man. You can use cards you do not own. Okay. And see, this is one of those things where it's like, I cut the Pokegear, but we have 4 VIP passes and still have the Arven, so 2 Arvens, okay? We can't play it this turn, though, and that is very problematic. Okay, so let's ditch an Arven and an Energy here. Grabbing a Chi-Yu. This feels pretty rough. Like, this is a pretty unfortunate start. We're not going to put the EXP share down because an actual player might hit us. And we wouldn't want to just waste our EXP share like that. Mind-blowing, I know, right? What? Now, again, this would be a very different game against a player. We know that. I'm not going to keep harping on it, but it is important to remember that. I have lost several, I don't want to say brain cells, but yeah, brain cells, trying. Like, why isn't it working? Okay. Okay. Want to do an escape rope, I think, in a real game. In a real game, we would want an escape rope here. Share down there. So we were able to get to where we wanted to be by turn 2. You got it, Icy. We were able to get where we wanted to get by turn 2. But that's without having any of our Charmanders, right? Like, this isn't the perfect spot. But we were kind of able to do it. However, we're running into this problem. Aipom sucks. Ambipom's fine. Aipom is bad. So. Don't know how that would feel in a normal. I mean, we wouldn't not do it, right? But we would actually, this is you know, the boss's orders is pretty nice because we would want the prize cards for this in a normal game. And thinning our deck out, getting our Aipom ready to be an Ambipom one day when it grows up big and strong. Ambipom, alright. The Rare Candy, but the Ambipom is an excellent draw. One of the things I really, really like about Chi-Yu is that it's a threat that they have to answer. Batshit Man doesn't want to win 3 in a row. Come on, somebody make it clear I'm not cheating. But by having a must-answer threat like this, a player would need to knock it out, right? Which would give us the XP share, would get that 1 extra energy on the Ambipom, which would make Ambipom way more dangerous. Luckily, the opponent does move pretty fast as a computer, so I hope y'all like this content. I'm a little nervous that this is bad content because I'm just playing a computer, but if y'all like it, we might do this more. Maybe we could have a day of the week where we make a deck. If this deck pans out, we'll probably test it tomorrow on stream. The Chi-Yu's fine. Honestly, we want other basics, right? We need other basic Pokemon because we want the Chi-Yu to be... It's wasting potential right now. Let's see if it works. Okay. Ah! Heads, it doesn't work. That's right, it's heads because it's my thing. I want a heads. Nah. Okay, let's play this other Chi-Yu out. Miles Schmuck, I like the name. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome. Alright, so let's see about flipping coins here. And see, we couldn't have the EXP share and the blunder policy. That wasn't a lot. But because we're not just an Ambipom deck, that was actually enough that Raikou was going to die to the Chi-Yu. If Raikou... Yeah, they do every single time, Batshit Man, every single time. So if the AI, or if a player in response hit the Ambipom and knocked it out, we still did enough damage that it's pretty close to dying here. Okay, we can't do anything. The downside of playing the other Chi-Yu boss's orders. What can you do? Opponent is taking actions and game actions and doing stuff. I am not being mean to another player. For those of y'all just joining us, we're testing a deck against AI. AI up at the top corner there. Okay. It's fine, but we still can't do anything. Please destroy this Chi-Yu so we can get back to what we were doing. I mean, this game is also over, so let's... I mean, flipping coins is fun, though, right? No, we have that, actually, Darkness. We have, yeah, we got the Pogo one right here. Roselia, I want a Roselia. Okay, we did also get our Path to the Peak down. It's a little late to stop this the rondos, you know. No worries at all, darkness. Again, 2 and 4, unfortunate split. It's enough to knock it out though. Okay, I feel like deck has been tested enough there. Let's see here. I want to go up a Nest Ball. Hello, Miles Schmuck. I'm doing good, my friend. How many decades have I been playing? Technically, since I was like 10, so 2 decades, but I took a very long break. We're just, I'm not an expert at this game by any stretch of the imagination. Do I have any beginner hints? Yes. Use the decks they give you, and just kind of play with them against AI if you feel like the timer is your enemy. Because that way you don't have a timer when you play against the AI. You can learn the play patterns, you can learn the rules, kind of how the interactions work, and just have fun with it. If you're not having fun, switch decks, try something different. Play with the Pokemon you like. You can usually make a good deck or a decent deck with most Pokemon. So, those are my suggestions. Alright, important here, we need our Charmanders faster. Although, hang on here. Well, that's not a Pokemon. Level Ball. Level Ball's up to 90, right? So Level Ball is a good one to keep in mind here because Level Ball gets us Charmeleon, Charmander, Aipom, and Ambipom. So it gets us kind of everything except for our Zards and our Chi-Yu. Getting us the Ambipoms is actually a really big deal here. Let's go down a path to the peak, because we don't really need this, and we're doing Zard stuff, right? So if they're messing with us with Zards, like, we're doing it right back to them. So let's do that, and let's go up a couple level balls here. We do have the glorious golden level balls. Alright, so I like this this idea even more now because our Pokemon get energy, right? So we just need to use our hand to get our Pokemon, and then they will take care of the rest. Let's do the giveaway. Batch it, man. You did one again. Congratulations. You're gonna have to open up another Whisper. That one. Alright, and we do want to go first. Oh no, please, I keep winning. I'm just giving you crap. Okay, alright, we have a Chi-Yu and a Charmander, and we're going first, so could be worse. Could be better, but it could be worse. We now have, you're welcome, my friend, we now have level balls and nest balls and VIP pack, like ways to get these cards that we need. So let's see if it matters. Let's see if it works. And we need to switch playlists again. That's right, we're doing the long stream. Haven't done Donnie yet. Let's do Donnie. Donnie's a little chill, so let's put on the more intense part of Donnie. We're gonna hold off on this. They might shuffle our hand away. What's up, Matt Tech Cards? They might shuffle our hand away, but the reason we want to hold on to this is because we might draw something that we would rather ditch, like a VIP pass or something next turn. Or we might want to use this, like if we draw a Rare Candy, we might want to use this for a Charizard, right? How's it going, my friend? You caught us when we are building a deck and testing a deck. Now, Magma Basin does technically help us, but I'm probably not going to use it. We could use it if we have any in the bin, but I don't necessarily want to. Okay, so having the other Charizard, now Chi-Yu is going to be especially good with the 3, so we are going to go ahead and ditch that. And that. Did I put a second? Okay, we already played the second energy. We're going to keep the boss's orders because against a player, this would be our best way in. So let's grab an Aipom. These are the 4 Pokemon that we want to have at any given time. That... We did get to do that. We specifically just did, but now let's wait. Let's not do it. We want to test our deck. We want to see how good our deck is without things that we wouldn't otherwise have. Against a player, use every advantage you have. Squeeze the power out of the game, you know. But we're testing. I want to see mechanics here. I want to see how good it feels without that. It kind of looks like the Charmander is staring at the energy in the corner, just like, hey! Alright, and we get a prize card for that. Switch is not bad. And yes, angry computer. And no worries. No worries at all. Okay. Now this is some shenanigans that a player would do. We would have just gotten punished for not killing the Bidoof, right? I appreciate that. Have a good one, Darkness. Thanks for being here, my friend. So you got to pump it up. Let's surge. Flame surge. Okay, power up again. Chi is so good. This card got overshadowed by Charizard, which is kind of sad, if we're being honest, because this card is so good. If you go first. Card's a lot worse if you go second. Okay. Incredibly rude opponent and uncalled for. And slightly toxic. Oh, I was gonna put poppies in there. Crafty little Fox 5, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, there are some Arvens in the deck. We just haven't ripped any, unfortunately. Yeah, we're gonna switch here because I wouldn't want to actually deal with this Arcanine yet. That's a good point, Video Game House. Also, what's up? Can we get a shout out for Video Game House? Any mods are still here? If not, no worries, I can get in just a second. Thank you, Chebs. Okay, and again, in this exact situation, I'm thinking that Poppy might be a good addition to the deck. But we don't even have the Ambipom, so maybe not. Now here comes the Pain Train. That is not a good draw. Okay, here comes the Pain Train. Luckily, it's the opponent. So the opponent's going to, You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Okay, You're a monster for what you're about to do to this Charmander. 250 damage is a little unnecessary, my friend. Hey, look, another Charmander.
You're a monster.
Yeah, really are. The way this plays out, we're gonna concede here. I want to test this deck with something. I want to make a slight change here. Let's try it with... I'm gonna try and pronounce this correctly. Mesagoza. Or if you're a Star Wars fan like me, Mesagoza. Put down the... Oh, yeah, we could. I mean, we probably could have, actually, in a turn or two. But let's see here. So let's cut the paths, because, again, it's fine, but they kind of stop us from doing what we want to do sometimes, so... See, we still have 3 Arvens and 3 Rare Candies, so there's 6 hits to get us to draw there. Let's put a couple of Mesagosas in here. This is so that we can... oh my god, I have a beard hair in my nose! Ah! Ah, gotcha. Everything's fine, everything's great. We're all great now. This would let us search for either a Charmeleon, Mr. Jar Jar, exactly, right? Mesagoza would let us get a lot of the parts that we need. It doesn't come in gold, which is series points off, right? What kind of school's not even a gold star school, you know what I mean? But let's try that. VIP Pass, you either play 4 or you play 2, right? Or you play 0, in my opinion. I don't like playing with 3 of those, but I kind of want to go down to 3 and go up to 3 here. Try. Let's just try it. Let's try it. Let's test to see how it feels. It's really, really, really hard to get a good a good idea, I am going to shave my entire beard off. That's a lie. I'm not going to do that. But oh my god, it's kind of hard to get a good idea of energy feels. Oh, does that suck, Icy? Did someone do it to you? Anyways, I could see this as a Pokestop deck. I could see this as a Pokestop deck. It would be, I mean, we'd be down to try that. Let's see if Mesagoza works here. Ooh, they're weak to fire. It's unfortunate for the opponent. What's up, Bronze? It's the statue I'm gonna have the... Okay, Level Ball's a great draw here. But first, let's see if this hits. Ain't that just how it goes? That's a good shout out. Good shout out, House. Good shout out. Okay, we're gonna put that there. Now, we have this other one here, but let's go ahead and try and grab our Aipom. Because we're gonna be using Chi-Yu next turn to start building up. Okay. Having the Mesagoza seems nice. Ha! It's even better when they flunk out of school, too. Welcome to the loser's corner. We didn't go to get no education. Without no thought control. Okay. Do I get to pass this year? I sure hope so. Oh, no! Oh, I'm still a failure. Anyways. Okay, so at this point, we would probably Arven for a Nest Ball. Probably. Get our Charmander here, just kind of have our... And remember, the goal in any good, in my opinion, the goal of a good Pokemon deck is you want to be winning and also setting up the win at the same time. So by winning, I mean we're going to be attacking with Chi-Yu, right? We want to be hitting them, we want to be doing something, taking prize cards. And setting up the win is getting the Ambipom ready, it's getting the Charizard ready, right? Like, let's have that backup plan. And when you can do both of those, you are going to be so much further ahead. You know, House, one of the things that I enjoy when I do a Pokestop deck is actually Clara. Put a few Claras in there, like 2 or 3 Claras, and then put like 1 or 2 Pokegears. Because Clara, I find, is really, really good when you need the Pokemon and the energy that you've been milling, right? So, looks so angry. Oh, you mean the Chi-Yu, the fish? Okay, so they got a couple of Pokemon going on over here, a couple of big beefy things that are all very weak to fire. Again, we only do 100 damage, so doubling it up's not actually that great. What are you doing over there, opponent? That's not what you should be doing, my friend. Okay, let's see if we can go to school. Did we pass? Did we pass? I am the worst student ever. It's just like real life, chat. Oh, I remember. Alright. Continuing to get to do this every turn feels really powerful. Now, in a real game, this is about the time they would have turned around and smacked us, right? Like, this Chi would probably have died, but we're set up, right? I think this deck is made. I think this is a successful deck. I would call this a successful deck, and I would want to try this on stream now. And if we don't like it, if it doesn't play good against people, then we're gonna reevaluate and do like House was saying, right? Like, try this Pokestop deck. Try different things. Try seeing if the core idea is good. It's just like, do we put a different engine on it, right? Do we put it on a moped, or are we looking for like a go-kart, right? What's the angle here? Cheers, Tatas. I didn't put the poppies in here There's not really anything else we can still cut, right? I don't know what we would cut for poppies at this point. I didn't even try to go to school that time, y'all. That's how burnt out I am on school. That's a sad, very sad joke. Terrible joke. Shouldn't make that joke. Knowledge is power. Okay, and I put my other GU out front. Wow! Wow! Alright, they do get to... Metal Coating's actually going to do a lot here. Kind of want a Rare Candy. Kind of need a Rare Candy now. We can rip a Rare Candy, though. We're pretty set. We cannot. Yay! We passed the class! That's so exciting. Passed the class and we learned all about Charmeleon. So in this exact situation, I think it would actually be beneficial for us to put out Ambipom, right? Because this could actually do enough damage to knock this out. It's gonna need some luck to do it, but it's possible. Let's try it. Might as well Nest Ball to thin our deck out a little bit here. Grab another... Well, let's grab another Charmander, because the other Charizard is still a thing. No one caught Seal? Wow. Wow. Alright, let's see if we can get 280 damage. We can have 1 or 2 tails. That is it. 1 tails is it. 220. Boom goes the dynamite. That was really good, actually. Lucky... But we set ourselves up to be lucky enough to win there, right? Like, that's how that works. Like, it feels like, wow, I can't believe we got 4 heads and 1 tails. But we've been building towards that happening, trying to make that happen, and we took that opportunity to see if it worked. It did. Ah, a little late for that opponent. Too late, opponent. AI does like to emote. It's one of the most annoying parts about it. Gonna sit there and tell you how it feels. Quail, that doesn't help me. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, on back in there. Let's see. This bad boy. Infernal Rain! I want to flip some coins? Let's flip some coins. Now we're going to hit a bunch of tails and it's not going to work, but, you know, at least we tried. Oh, we passed the second class too. Yay. Let's see if we can full flip it. Goodbye, Bibarel. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty clean. That was pretty good. That was about as long as we would normally play a deck for, and that, honestly, that's about how long it usually takes me to make a deck. It's about an hour, and then we play it for an hour. So, yeah, anything... Final thoughts on things to change. I actually really like this. Say GG, Miles. Let's get these because we can flex our pretty looks. Okay, let's change the name here. So we use I use R for fire because F is for fighting. R Ambizard. Ambizard U. Remember every part of this. Add this to the list for things we're going to do tomorrow. All right, and yeah, so I'm gonna sign off here for YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Actually, let's grab one thing that we're gonna for the screenshot. Ambipom? You know, actually, the Ambipom didn't suck. This didn't suck at all. But all right, chat. Let's do that last. Is there a giveaway running right now? Okay, we're gonna do 60-second giveaway. Y'all have 60 seconds while I am going to do some quick announcements again for those of you that aren't here. Exclamation point ticket if you would like a chance to win. We're going to call it pretty quick, so get your tickets in here quickly. Okay, so as a thank you for hitting 300 followers, which thanks again for everybody. It means the world to me to have that many people that actually like want to hang out and want to watch. We're going to be doing 2 giveaways next week. The first giveaway is going to be on Sunday in stream. It's going to be for a $30 Steam gift card. That'll be along with our other pack giveaways that we normally do and things like that. So Sunday of next week, we're going to be doing a $30 Steam gift card giveaway. It might be a card code. It might be wallet funds, however it works best. We're also going to do a $30 gift card giveaway in Discord. You will not be able to win both. If you win one, we're not going to let you win the other one. Sorry, we want other people to get to have fun. So next week, we're going to do the 300 follower giveaways. And if y'all liked this, let me know if you liked watching the deck get built live. I'm still